everybody, your father is back. And as you might have noticed, I have been doing a lot of recent content related to the Lovecraft and SCP Mythos. So today, I decided to make a video related to a rather interesting topic regarding the two. A voice behind me versus the blind idiot god. To start us off here, I will first go over Azathoth. Azathoth, aka the blind idiot god, is the eldritch supreme being of the Lovecraft mythos. He was first introduced in the short story, simply titled Azathoth, and in order to give you a basic idea of how strong he is, I will need to go over the Lovecraft cosmology. The weakest god tiers in the mythos are the Great Old Ones, such as the famous Cthulhu and Hastur, the King in Yellow, and even they exist far beyond angled space, which is the original term for dimensional space, meaning that, by default, even they are outerversal. You could possibly argue high outerversal as well, as in the short story titled Hypnos. The god of the same name transcended infinite outerversal layers beyond the dreamlands, which are already outerversal in their own right, and Hypnos is one of the lower elder gods, the elder gods who went to war with the Great Old Ones and are very comparable to them in raw power. This is also very important, as the outer gods in their true forms exist beyond the infinite gates, with each gate viewing the gate before it as a board game with no rules, and just the first gate, which even the narrator cannot cross, was able to terrify Hypnos to the point where it drove him to a state of insanity that eventually killed him. It is also stated by H.P. Lovecraft himself that Azathoth views the entire mythos as a dream and that it is all fiction to him. Moving on, we also have SCP-3812, aka a voice behind me, and he is one of the most well-known god tiers of the SCP mythos. To give you a brief summary of what he is an SCP that is known for transcending infinite narratives beyond his own franchise, and beyond his own authors, also known as SCP-001, the database. To give you an idea of just how OP he is, SCP-239, the Witch Child, who was able to overpower and defeat a Neverwhere, as well as transcending the High Elder Gods. All her power is merely a remnant of an eldritch deity who 3812 utterly bodied with no difficulty whatsoever, and that was before 3812 transcended the main narrative of SCP. Afterwards, he began transcending infinite narratives beyond beings such as the Almighty and SCP-001, the database, and will inevitably keep ascending beyond that point. With the explanations out of the way, who wins, Azathoth or SCP-3812? Well, as previously established, they both transcend beyond infinite layers, each containing infinites on top of infinites of outerversal to high outerversal layers, and they both transcend the hierarchies within their respective franchises. So, I could just take the lazy way out and call this a stalemate. But where's the fun in that? Besides, there is a difference. Azathoth does exist beyond infinite narratives, but that's his full power. With 3812, it is simply a point he reaches and can effortlessly exceed. Basically, it's implied that 3812 will exceed beyond the infinite narratives, and even after that, he'll just keep rising endlessly. There are infinite narratives in the Lovecraft mythos, but in SCP, there is also that. And then there are infinites on top of those infinites. Infinite stacks of infinite narratives, one on top of the other. Sure, you could use the argument for Azathoth representing the readers, and say that's why he would win. But not only does that completely take away the quality of him being fictional and is a complete generalization of what the readers represent, but 3812 has already ascended far beyond his version of the readers, so you can't really make that point anyway. Not to mention, even if you were to state that every reader in every fictional universe is the same level, SCP already has a good number of characters besides 3812 capable of killing the reader, such as SCP-5999, who was quite literally designed to kill the readers. Overall, Azathoth may have existed on a higher level at first, but at some point, 3812 will eventually exceed beyond him, and at some point, Azathoth will seem like nothing more than an insignificant thought to 3812. Therefore, I declare 3812 a voice behind me, the ascended mortal of the SCP Mythos, Victor. what do you think? Do you agree that 3812 would win? Or do you think I downplayed Azathoth? Either way, I'll see you all next time.